What's up, guys and girls? How are you doing? This is yours truly, Sugi, and today I'm gonna be talking about no game other than Master X Master. And people who have been long-ass subscribers on this channel know that I've been anticipating the Western release of this game ever since of 2014, when it was first entering the beta and unveiled pretty much in South Korea. And finally, last year they announced that alpha would commence, and earlier this year we got the beta, and as of today, or practically yesterday in Europe, the game finally launched. And I did make a video during the alpha. I didn't really play the beta and alpha at all because I know that all of the progress would be pretty much like reset. I tried out the game modes, tried out the ping, and tried out how smooth the game was pretty much. And now it's finally here. And all of the games that I've reviewed in the past that I said that could have the potential to become big MOBAs, such as Arena of Faith, Dawngate, Core Masters, and all of these games were actually excellent MOBAs. They almost made it. There was some, like a one flaw thing, like all of those three, by the way, weren't on Steam. That was one of the big problems that they had. They didn't have also like filled up with these game devs that had immense of years of experience of making games. They were rookie studios, and I guess of Dawngate they had EA's money backing, but eventually, as you know, they draw out their money. And out of the games that I've reviewed, as I said, on this channel, this one has to be the closest to actually challenge the current big four, which is League of Legends #1, Dota 2, Smite, and then Paragon. And then obviously on mobile you have Vainglory and some others, but pretty much like this game has, I don't want to say the potential because it has kind of proven its format already. It just has to prove that will people keep playing it for a long period of time, will people buy stuff from the game, and how big the player base will be in Master X Master. And it is definitely higher production MOBA than compared to the ones that I mentioned earlier. As I said, NSoft is the publisher of the game, so they have the money. They have the money to bring into the game. They are also using a lot of the NSoft IPs in the game as characters from Lineage, Wildstar, and other these sort of like big MMO games published by NSoft. So they have these like characters making appearances. I don't remember all of these characters because I don't really play that much MMOs in general. But this game is rather unique as well. It's just not a copy of the other games and twisting. The graphical style is definitely differentiating from rest of the four. I think it's more graphical style is more anime-like, and the style of the character design are much more Asian-esque and especially very Korean style. And also, the game is not just a PvP game, it actually has PvE elements inside it as well. So you have these dungeons that you could do in a group or solo. You also have these cool mini games, currently not available. They have this like that type of like rotating week system where certain dungeons and challenges will be open. And then you obviously have multiple PvP modes. One is Arena, which is like a very good on learning the characters and basic mechanics. And then you have the Titan thing, which is pretty much like the 5v5 map, and the official mode, so to speak. And when I actually played that mode the first time, I remember in alpha, I was very confused. I didn't like it. But replaying it now, it actually makes a lot more sense now to me, as I know the macro scale of the game. And one of the key features around the game is the fact that you can swap the characters. So you have two characters that you will be picking on the game, and you will be able to swap between them. And there's a bit of a cooldown, so you can swap over and over again. They have different separate health and mana bars. They have their own abilities. Both of them use the same type of ultimate bar. An ultimate bar goes up if you pick up these certain special items or actually hit monsters and enemies, creeps, or enemy heroes, or masters as they're called in this game. And this is a really refreshing, unique system. Usually people like to play one melee character and one range character. You can do really cool combos. Some of the characters have like a stun type of ultimate, and then you can continue with some melee attacks and combos, and you can do these type of cool things. The character designs are definitely good on a visual sense. They're very smooth to play, and but they're not very. I wouldn't say there isn't like it needs its own like Invoker, Lee Sin, Oriana type of characters that are a bit more complex than normal ones, that have a bit more depth into them and their abilities. And but it's also a bit hard to make because the characters can also bunny hop in the game. They're also able to dash, and these can be used to dodge certain abilities. And then you have ultimate, and then you have 2 attacks. You have a loadout of 4, which you have to choose 2, your Q and W, and this actually allows a lot of customization in the game. So you will be picking 2 for each of your characters, and some of the abilities will be more on utility, and some will be more damage, some will be more AoE. These can be preferred for any different playstyle you want, and obviously some are better in PvP and some are better than in PvE. And it's really well designed. You also have this node system, which is similar to the rune system in League of Legends. There's actually quite a lot of nodes in the game. It does have a bit of a learning curve, I'm not gonna lie, but if you look at all the tutorials, play all the tutorials, and put your mind into it and invest some hours, you will be slowly understanding more about the game and ability setups and everything like that. And eventually, through experience, I think you will finally get the gist of it. It's not like super complex when you actually go inside the game, because it doesn't really have a gold system inside the game. You collect these sort of points, and depending on the game mod, obviously, and you do have experience from the things. It's not like as bland and shit as Heroes of the Storm, obviously, where your actions don't really matter at all. It's like pure communism or something. But in this game, definitely, it is sort of this like hybrid of macro and really like a very distinctive micro ability. There's not a lot of like RNG elements inside the game. Most of the stuff are skill shots. They're not like these random crits. There are no life steals. Like most of it, you just land your shots and you will be good. But obviously, like pushing and there are many different like elements and macro and micro moves that really play into winning the game. And as I said already, it's kind of like a more of an MMO game than it's a MOBA game. I mean, inside the battle, it is a MOBA game, but you have all of these MMO elements inside the game, such as a guild system. And by the way, I have my own guild now on Europe. If you want to join, you have to leave your username down below in the comments section, or join my Discord channel and ask for an invite. The guild is called SFC, Sugi Fried Cheese. There was not enough letters to have Sugi Fried Chicken as I had in League of Legends and my Discord named after, but this time it will be Sugi Fried Cheese. So you can search for that and request for an invite to the guild. And there's also a lot of, like, as I probably mentioned, maybe there's diverse options also in the game. You can play with a controller, mouse, you can change all these key bindings, V-syncs, FPS, caps, and these are really cool things. A lot of the smaller MOBAs never really had a lot of options when it came to customizing the game and its graphics. It also has a lot of music, which is very pushy in a sense that it makes an entrance. Sometimes it doesn't fit. I don't really like login screen music. It's just kind of like they stick out too much. They feel like they're from a musical game, like I don't know, not Guitar Hero, but a game that is focused around music. And you also have like some of the songs taken out of the MMO games, and you have this sort of a lobby system, which is very common with a lot of MMO games, and you're able to like play these different songs and all this. And it also, when we go into the actual like monetization model, I really like it. So you have as I said, similar to MMOs, you have this subscription system where you can subscribe for a monthly payment and you will get like double the boosts on gold and experience. And then you also get these like free skins that seem to be exclusive to the subscription system. I believe it is $10 a month. I'm gonna check up on that number, but it's optional. it's a free to play model. Obviously, you can buy a real money currency, which can be used to buy skins or the characters. But the characters, they have a free rotation on the game, and I think you will be unlocking like 2 characters by just playing the tutorials. And you can also buy Founders package, will include some skins and characters as well. But there's other ways to actually unlock the a buyable currency by doing these daily quests and missions and completing achievements, and which is really nice. So you're able to actually also like do through crafting system. You're able to get these like token things, which can be also used to buy certain skins in the game. So it's not almost to a certain extent you can unlock majority of the stuff in the game by using no money. So the model of the game is very, very nice in terms of the monetization, and you know, there's a lot of quests, a lot of achievements, a lot of PvE missions, a lot of the mini games I haven't yet to get to try, but by the looks of it, by looking at videos, they look really, really fun. And then you have obviously guild battles, guild fights, and you know, you have ranked mode, and it can be really, really big game. The question really for me right now is will it go to Steam? And if it does, I think this game can be very successful. I think it could become the 5th or the 4th place, and it has everything going for it. Nice skins, nice graphics, a lot of customization options for lower end PCs and higher end PCs. It seems to be running pretty smoothly, better than League currently for me, my PC. And there's a lot of things to do in the game. If you don't like PvP, you just can play PvE. If you just want to fuck around, you can play the mini games. And you have obviously a lot of incentives to come back every day to get your daily rewards and all that stuff. And you have your lobbies. The musics are good as well. And I just going to be probably playing this game a lot in the upcoming months. This is going to become my new main game on this channel. I've been searching for something like that for a very long time, and finally a game that I was able to kind of replace League for me is probably this game. Let's just hope that there will be a high player base, so it will be sustainable. I think their model is pretty good because I already saw a lot of people subscribe to their premium system. So I think they have a very smart monetization model where the game can be sustainable to do. There's around 40 characters right now. They're adding more probably. The Korean version probably has more. And only maybe criticisms I so far have the game. I don't really like the English voice actors, but that is just how it really works with if you're not the big end, you know, developer, you're just kind of getting these cheap voice actors. I wish there was an option for Korean audio. Maybe somebody can do a mod for that or a program that could change it. Maybe somebody could suggest that to NSoft in North America and Europe to change that. But it is a very promising game. It looks very fun. I will be doing a full review on the game because I haven't got to try all the things inside it yet. And obviously I'm not really expert on balance yet. It seems to be much better than it was in alpha though. And it's more fast-paced. The thing that I forgot to mention, even the 5v5 main mode has a 25-minute lock on it, so you won't be spending 50 minutes on one game. So this is really nice in that way. And what I really liked about the main mode, just to add a tip on the iceberg, I guess, is the fact that, you know, the early game matters, because when you have a point system or time-based system, the early game matters. So even if you fuck up the late game or mid game, just because you did early game, that will matter. And sometimes in League of Legends or Dota or Smite, you can do fuck well in early game, but then if you do a one fuck up, it can snowball against you really, really hard, and then the game is over. But in this game, actually, there's a lot of incentive to perform throughout the early, mid, and late game. But thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for more Master X Master videos. I'm not really sure I'm going to do guides or what I'm going to do for this game, but something's coming out, especially the review. So subscribe. So fucking subscribe. Hit that bell button so you won't miss any of the future uploads in this channel as well. And I will see you guys next time. Cheers.